Okay, we're gonna record. So I just went over the items we're gonna use. So for people that are tuning in on my YouTube, and it's Fitness Concepts Plus, Plus, I have a bench or a kitchen chair for you, a rod. This is about the length of what we used to use when we were in the gym. And then I'm gonna use the assist of a wall, okay? Now some of you might be saying, well, that doesn't look like a wall, Jeannie. Well, this is a Smith bench. I'm in a whole workout area here in my brother's studio, and I'm gonna pretend this is a wall. There are so many times when you're traveling, and I'm gonna dub this another traveling mobility work. Because when you get out of the car, or when you get out of the plane, or you get out of the bus, or whatever you're traveling on, you just get stiff. So I want you to go to a wall anywhere, or a door. Okay, in my case, this is just a rod that it doesn't move because it's part of what's called a Smith bench. Put your hands right in front of you on a wall, just like this, and pretend you just rode in a car anywhere from 3 hours to 6 or more, okay, or a plane. Put your hands on a wall. That's number one. Just put it on a wall, okay? Pull your shoulders down and keep your chin tucked. And just let your back, pretend you want to try to put your hip bones to the wall. You're not going to, of course, because in fact, my hands are straight out. They are not locked. My shoulders are down. My chin is tucked. The first thing people want to do when they go to a wall and they're going to go in like this is they do this. Okay, now we'll do that, but not right now. We want to do our chin tucked and push back, okay? Then we go out, then we come back. So get that movement going. Your arms are straight. Then I'm gonna go from a hip hinge to a swing, and as I push in, do not tighten through the gluteals. Release, release, release. Keep your arms a little soft and just push in and then pull back out. Slide your hands down and soften your knees. Then come back up. Push your hips toward your hip bones, the front hip bones, toward that wall, toward the bedpost. A counter, something that's not moving, that you can have your hands in different positions. So a door or a wall is perfect for that. Hi, everybody coming on, whoever you are. I can't see your names right from back here, but do you see what I'm doing? I am doing the absolute primary move to help you be able to walk straighter after a long ride. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm at a wall. Now, for those of you who are out there, this looks like a post. Of course it is. The point is, I am pushing my hip bones forward, dropping my chin, dropping my shoulders, and now I soften my knees. I slide my hands down, and I hip hinge. And then I hang on, and I push back. So if I'm on a wall, I'm pushing in and I'm pushing back. Then I'm gonna slide back up, drop my shoulders, and do it one more time. And so I wanna try to do it and hold for just a little bit in this hyperextension. So for people with things like spinal stenosis, that's a primary one, that this really will help to manage okay? So once I've done that, my hand's on my wall, see that? And then I just take my hand out like this. But here's the deal. My elbow comes in. My elbow doesn't flare here. My elbow comes in. My feet do not move. My knees are soft. I'm gonna open the door like that. Okay, so this one that I'm doing right now, with my shoulders down, this one has Kay's name written all over it. Okay, so I'm not sure if she's on, but anyway, this is for Kay. Then I come back, okay? Now, my feet don't move, okay? But my knees do. See this? See this? So I want you to just check on the hips here. Put your hands right here at the hip hinge. And you're gonna push back, keep your chin tucked. Knees are soft, knees are soft. Then you come back, and 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 you come back. See this? Back down and back in. So I've got my hands right here on my hip, right here. Push back, go into those heels, then come back up. And do just a tiny bit of a hyperextension. Now we're gonna go to the other side. So my hand goes on the wall. So I'm pretending that this is a wall for those of you who are just coming on, okay? Shoulders down, and I might repeat myself a couple of times to make sure you know what we're doing, because sometimes slugs come in late, and that's okay, because this is a class for slugs. So I am gonna help you get up to speed here, okay? I didn't say any names. I included everybody in the slug thing, okay? Soft meat, slugs are very valuable, you know that, right? Okay, my knees are soft, like you're riding a horse. That's number one. Here's a wall. Yes, it's a post for me, but it's a wall for you, or a door. Put your other hand right here. Then this hand's gonna open. Do not move your feet. Some of you are gonna wanna move your feet in the direction you're turning. Don't do that. I'm trying to create a transverse kind of an effect through your spine, your hips, your knees. So your feet don't move, okay? And I'm barefooted. Do I need to point that out to you? Soft knees, shoulders down. Go to the other hand on the wall, see, like that. Don't lock it, it's soft. Drop your shoulder and open the door. Don't move your feet. Keep your chin tucked and open, open, open. Do not flare your elbow on this one. The elbow's facing down. Open, 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 open. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Open. Take a big breath. Then pull it back in. The hands go on the wall, okay? And of course, I'm splitting mine because I can't, this is a pole, but it's a wall for you. So put your hands flat on the wall, just like that. Now you're gonna walk in, and now you're gonna crawl up the wall. You're gonna crawl, this is a very important part of this. You're gonna crawl up the wall, and as you're up there as high as you can go with your shoulders, you're gonna push your hips forward, and you're gonna bring your chin up, but your hands are solidly on the wall because I don't want you to get dizzy. Okay, now bring those hands down and bring your chin down. Okay, turn and turn. So I'm doing every move right now in these first 10 or so minutes to counteract the effects of traveling, being seated for like 3 to 6 hours. So this chin tucking and chin lifting and involving the neck, when you do this, I'm telling you, you gotta have your hands solidly pushing into a wall or holding onto something, because when you come up like this and then you lift your chin, and you really push your chest toward the wall. See, I'm pushing my chest, breathing in, breathing in through that nose, dropping my shoulders. Now, when I come off of this, I gotta hang onto the wall and bring my head back down. And things might spin a little. That's okay, as long as you're hanging onto the wall, okay? Then you turn your head, just like that, and on one of your hands, the direction that you're turning, you just put your hand on the side of your head and push, just a tiny bit, just for a second. Then you come back up again, bring that head all the way up, push the chest toward the wall, bring the chin up, bring the chin up, bring the chin up. Now hang on to the wall, bring it back down, and turn. Put your hand on the other side of your head, face, and just give a tiny push, and then come back. Then you're going to do the out and in with the head and the chin. See, I didn't say head, because you know if I said head, you were going to go like this, or you're going to go like this. So I'm saying take your whole head, the whole head, the chin and the face, and go out and go in. So that one's a very important one, along with the turning that we did. Very important one, but the first one we did that some of you coming on missed is your hands are on a wall and you are stepping away from the wall. You soften up your knees, do not tighten, and you push the hip bones, the iliac crests, these, with your chin, your shoulders down, and you push that into the wall. You can never go wrong. I mean, I shouldn't say never, but really, this is a very important move to help open up your spine, okay? And if you do it carefully, it is a very, very good move. And then when you come out of it, wow, it's like relief type thing. So that's very important to trying to counteract the effects of traveling. Okay, now then, after I've opened up my spine, okay, I'm gonna get my pole. Here's my pole, okay? I'm gonna take my hands on either side. And now we're gonna address the neck and the shoulders. And we're standing on bare foot. See that? And I'm gonna just start rocking from side to side. You see this? And you know what? If you can see what I'm doing, the only thing I'm lifting is the foot. I'm lifting with the foot, and here's the thing. Do not go fast on this. I'm barefooted. My toes, my feet are apart, a little wider than shoulder. As I shift and I bring my foot up in a dorsiflexion move, I don't just quickly go back down. You hold it. So see, I'm coming here, now I'm going to pull it up. My knee is soft. I'm going to go 1001, 1002, 1003, come down. That's it. So this side to side motion, 1001, 1002, 1003, and down. This is such an important move to help with proprioception, your balance. Your knee is soft, so you're taking a full body load on the supporting leg. You're bringing the toe up. You're maintaining an open hip or open the legs. Shift, soften the knees, drop the shoulders, take a big breath in your nose, bring the toe up off the ground, hang out here with me, hang out here, and shoot, if you get to 6, or if you can hold it to 10, great. But try to get to where you can hold it at least 3 counts, okay? Because if you will hold, straighten the spine up, which I don't mean straighten it, go to neutral spine, drop your shoulders, that's number 1. Keep your chin tucked, belly is tight. I'm on my toe, see I'm not counting yet. My knee is soft, now I'm gonna bring my toe up. Now I'm gonna start counting, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and I'll come down. So here's the deal. You're supposed to struggle with this one. I want you to struggle with it. And the more you do it, the more solid you're gonna get in your balance. So see, I've lifted my heel, my knee is soft, I've got my pole right here. I'm gonna go to neutral spine, you know what that means. Then I bring my toe up, keep my knee soft, don't lock it, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and then if you wanna go more, you just tap your toe down and then come right back. See that? Just work at this maneuver. This is one form of single leg standing. This is such a good thing to do to counteract all the ravages of travel, of staying seated for a long time. And it also counts as if you were sitting for a long time, like watching a show or something like that. Just get up, grab you a broom, bend up those elbows. Now we're going to start manipulating the upper body. So this, in fact, would count as a compound move because we're thinking very hard about what we're doing with our lower body right now. So the minute I come into this leg now, my knee softens, my shoulders drop. I take a big breath through my nose. I got my toe right here. Keep my tummy tight. Bring the toe up. See, I don't bend the knee. I don't do anything. It's all with the ankle. And I'm holding it up here, and now I'm going to manipulate my upper body. All I'm going to do is bring my bar to the top of my head. That's it. And then I'm going to come back down slowly, and I'll toe tap a little bit to stay in this leg. You got it? So we're going to do that a couple more times. Here we go. So I'm wider than shoulders. My feet are pretty straight. They could be out a little bit. My knees are soft. I'm going to shift. Okay? So as soon as I shift, man, every muscle all the way up, including muscles around your knee, muscles around your hip, all your back, then drop your shoulders. I got my toe here, my heel is up, and all I'm gonna do now is lift my toe. See that? That little maneuver right there. That is a very important move. Now, as I'm in there, I'm gonna bring my hands back up. I'm gonna take a big breath through my nose, drop my shoulders. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Keep my knee soft, keep my knee soft. My bar is right on top of my head. See that? Take a big deep breath. Then I'm gonna come down when I want to come down, not because I'm falling out of the move, okay? So, as I've done that a couple of times, and I've overloaded one leg, then the other leg, then I'm gonna do my little recovery. How is it? It's a pivot. See that? It's a pivot. Just like that. Drop my shoulders, pivot. Drop my shoulders, pivot. So what's different than a pivot and a turn? So much. When you're pivoting, you're turning on that toe down there. But you can't move the other leg. That's number one. And when you pivot, your knee is headed down. Then you come back to neutral stance. Knees should be soft. Then you pivot. and you drop those shoulders, and that knee is headed down. So for those of us with hips and knees replaced, this is a very important move, especially connecting the turn to your back, and then you add the shoulder pull. So see, I'm pulling, 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 pulling. Say rib cage up, because some of you are leaning, you're leaning forward, you're flexing your back. That's not what I want to do. I want to lean all the way. I want to turn all the way, but I want to keep my rib cage up. Then I'm going to come back here. Then I'm going to turn again. So I'm going to pivot. I'm not going to do anything to my feet. They stay. I just turn. See, I just turn on that foot. That right there, that pivot. That move is a very important move to keep us from tripping. Why is it that that pivot is so important? Because we've quit learning to use our feet. Number one, that's why I do this Wednesdays, anytime that I can, I will do it barefooted. Because I want you to move your ankles, your toes, your feet, okay? So now I'm gonna do one more pivot. See how I'm turning? See how I lift my heel? And I'm on the ball of my foot, but I didn't move this foot. It might move a little bit, but I'm not really moving it, okay? I don't want to turn it. It's an okay move, it's just not right now, okay? Drop your shoulders. So I'm gonna really turn, take a big breath, take a big breath, take a big breath, pull, pull, and then come back, and then come back. So it's this, and it's this, and it's turning, and it's turning. We don't do. We kind of just keep our feet in huge tennis shoes, and we don't let the foot really move, okay? So we're gonna do some of those kinds of moves out, and if you have a wonky hip, as I do, you're gonna feel it. If you don't have a wonky hip, if you already have hips replaced, you don't feel a lot in the hip. But this move is a really important move. See, I'm coming up, then I'm coming down, then I'm gonna come and do the other side. See, I turn, I'm gonna see if I have any sticking points in my hip. My knee is soft. Here's my little bar. We're gonna bring it up, and we're gonna drop one hand behind the head. And as my hand is behind the head, and I'm going into that toe down position, knee out position, I want to push my head back toward that hand. Push the head back. Push the head back. I hope Kay's paying attention to this. This is for you, Kay. See, my fist holding the bar is right behind the head. And I want to push my head back into that fist. Then I come down. Okay, you ready? You go this way. Go into the ball of the foot. Bring the hand behind the head. And push your head back into the hand. See, I'm pushing back with my chin tucked. This is a really good move for necks, especially, but it's also excellent for your shoulder. Keep that elbow open, take a breath, then come back to neutral stance. And here's the bar, and here's the bar, and here's the bar, and then look at my head. I do not want to bring my head forward, but I do want to bring the bar back so that it's resting on top of my shoulders. My chin is tucked, my elbows are down. Take a big deep breath, then come back up, head, and then collarbone, okay? So if you've had shoulder surgery, or if you've had shoulder issues, as most of us who've had our birthdays beyond like 40 has some shoulder issues. That move that I just did, the very slow progression, and before I even took it down there, do you remember we did a lot of this, didn't we? Okay, so now free moving, and then we'll move on to the next segment in our little class here today to help you counteract traveling issues. Okay, so I'm going to start again with this kind of shifting. See this? So anytime you're standing around waiting for the next thing to go, do this type of shifting. You see what I'm doing with my feet? I'm pulling that toe up. I'm dropping my shoulder down. I'm just going into that full foot with a very soft, not a bent knee. Soft, but not bent, okay? For people with hips and knees replaced, this is a very good move for you to do. So every time I go into my foot and I just lift my toes, that means I'm in dorsiflexion, okay? Yeah, we don't do that as much as we should, and that's why I'm really capitalizing on it right now, because what's the one thing that you do when you are sitting? What do you do with your feet? Not much, right? So now we're gonna go plantar, okay? So I'm just gonna go to my little toe, I'm not putting pressure in it. Plantar, point it down, see? Point it down, keep your knee soft, big breath through the nose, and then I'm going to go to the dorsi again. So I've got my bar here, I'm here, knee is soft, release your toes, and come up into dorsiflexion, then come back down. So I'm systematically taking you through all the chain of reaction that I'm doing in order to do a dorsiflexion in a standing position of my foot, okay? So my knee is soft, yeah. Shoulders are down, yeah. Shut my mouth, hard for me to do, so I can breathe through my nose. Okay, the minute you shut your mouth, force yourself to breathe through your nose, you're gonna take a deeper breath, okay? So here I am, see, I'm trying to get my balance because why is my balance a little rocky on this side? This is my hip replace side. So those of you with double hips, you're gonna have less balance. So always, always do it at a wall, do it where you can put your hand on a wall, or you could even lean in a wall and shift. So see, I'm into this, now I'm gonna make this whole side, the side that has my hip replaced, is when I try to balance on it, it's a little harder, more challenging, okay? And you know what we do? We lock our knee. Don't lock your knee. Soften your knee. It's a tiny bit of a hip hinge, not a lot. Rib cage up, tight tummy. Yes, tight tummy. Soft knee, and then just tap, 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 and bring that toe up. Try not to overlean. Try not to overlean. Try not to overlean. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. So you force yourself to do these single leg stances, and I've done all kinds of ways to do it. That is such a counter to sitting, okay? So after you've done that, now here's my kitchen chair. I have a bench, you have a chair, right? So I got my bar still. I'm gonna go like this. See this? I'm gonna go like this. See? See, I'm not way out here. I'm not leaning my head forward. I'm gonna go elbow back, put my forearm on top of my head. See? Then I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put the other hand on top of my head. I'm gonna put my elbow back. See that? So this little move, along with some other moves with the bar, starts to turn this move into more of a challenge, okay? Because you're not just holding it like this, trying to keep your balance. You're challenging. And these seems like such little things. These are big things in the scope of proprioception and balance control. And so on Wednesdays, I focus really on mobility. And a lot of times it comes down to very small moves that you have to do, staying on target. So drop those shoulders, yes. Shift, yes. Target here for our foot, yes. For some of you, bringing your foot from here to here is no small task. So when you've had hips and knees and feet having problems, this maneuver, shift, lift, and plant, that's a big deal, okay? It's a big deal when you do it on purpose, when you want to, and you don't just fall into it or out of it, okay? So I've gone over these kinds of moves in various ways, but the shifting and the lifting to put it on a chair, let me tell you, when you're having hip issues, knee issues, whatever, please, please do it so that you could put your hand on a counter, a bed. You could do this whole thing against a wall if you were positioned so that you could. So I'm just giving you permission and in fact requesting that you don't do this unless you have a safety net, which means something to put your hand on, okay? Shift, right there. See that? Shift, and right there, okay? Take a big breath, shift, and right there. So a lot of times, many times, many times, I have been hired to work with seniors, sometimes parents of my clients. And you know what the first thing that I would do if I wanted to improve the way they're walking? What I'm doing right now. But I would put their backs against the wall. I would lean them up against the wall. And then, even then, I would have them holding on to something on either side and bringing their leg up. This move is what will help counter long of hours sitting, okay? It's an up, down, and then we're gonna go to a reverse move. So see, I'm right here, shift, I'm gonna go like this, shift, I'm gonna go like this. And I'm telling you, if I gave you homework, other than getting a little warmed up, it would be get to where you can do 30 of these kinds of step ups, not fast. You can do it barefooted or you can do it with your shoes. I don't care. You're gonna do part of it with your hands here, then you're gonna do part of it like this. See this? I'm gonna shift, I'm gonna get neutral spine, and you see, anytime I say neutral spine, what does that mean? It means about 3 or so things. Can you name them? Yeah, breathe through your nose, tuck my chin, drop my shoulders, that's the big one. Drop my shoulders, rib cage up, yes, soften my knee. That's neutral spine. See how I'm shifting? And I'm shifting, okay? I'm just moving from side to side. I'm getting on balance before I bring my foot up. Boom, breath, right like that. And what I want to do, some of you are doing this, but you're sneaking your toe up like this. I want you to get your knee, drive your knee all the way up to the shoulder, and then come down on the chair. You got it? And you'll catch yourself, you'll over or under balance, but that's why you have a safety net. What's the safety net? I have to go over this multiple times because some people are concentrating so hard that they don't think and they don't hear what I'm saying. So it's a shifting. So I have my hands in line with my ear, my elbows in line with the side of my body. Don't turn that little toe. Many of you are going to want to do that. Don't do it. Come straight up, drop down. Shift, neutral spine. Come up, drop it down. Come back. Bring it down, bring it down. Now we're not going to pivot, but we are going to do transverse, like this. See, I'm not pivoting. I'm not pivoting. So I'm going to have a much greater torque or turn from the waist up. So it's a turning, drop my shoulders, turning. Don't move your feet. Don't move your feet. Soften your knees. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. So if I gave you homework to help you keep improving until I see you the next time, I would say for today's workout, there's about 3 moves that I always give people, but today, let's say, because I'm trying to get you to do better with your balancing, I'm trying to get you to do counteracting the ravages of traveling. So that means get on your feet. That means feel your body weight, okay? And this is a step up, okay? Make sure you have a wall next to you. You can have your hands down like we did, or up like this. Either way, you're shifting your neutral spine and you're stepping, okay? And get to where you can do that very smoothly. Get you to where you can do that a set of 30. For some people that might be discouraging. Then do 10. Okay, so I'm gonna put my little bar here. Now we're gonna counteract. So we're gonna use some of our antagonistic muscles, okay? To the step up, got it? So again, anytime you need to take a break, because your back is tightening or something, go back up to your wall. Always go back to your wall. Put your hands out, okay, onto the wall. And when you put your hands on the wall, the 2 things, very important. Always keep your chin tucked, shoulders have to go down, okay? So that's 2 things. Then soften up your knees, and then bring that hip, the hip bones, that iliac crest, bring it forward. Bring it forward. Soft knees, soft knees, soft knees, soft knees. If you will do it in the way I'm doing it, and see, I'm taking a little break here. I'm going into showing you this again, and I hope you're doing it with me. When you step away from that, it's like immediate release, as well as if you on your wall, or I've always typically what's available to most of us is like a door handle. Okay, this is my door handle. So if you're on a door, you just open the door out and you're on the door handle. Hopefully it's not going to move on you. And then you just pull. You just pull. You put your feet down and you just push your butt back. Push your butt back. Push your butt back. As you're holding, the arms are straight. Push your butt back. Push your butt back. Breath, 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 breath. Come back up. Go wide with those hands. And when you're wide with the hands, bring the elbows, tuck them in. Take the whole arm back. Then come down. Okay? Now, on your kitchen chair, And we're gonna do a lot of stuff standing, because why? Because I'm trying to counteract the effects of sitting. And if you're gonna counteract the effects of sitting, well, you gotta stand. So most of us, if we're ambulating and we can stand, this is gonna be doable for you. So put my hands on my kitchen chair, just like that, okay? Push back. This might be a good time to put your little balance pad on your chair, because this is padded for me. So if I go into my elbows, it's not gonna hurt. So if you have a little pad on your kitchen chair, which most of you have my balance pad, okay? So now I'm gonna be right down here, and I'm gonna come right down into a big, deep press. Put my hands to the back of the chair. So I'm gonna mimic what I did up on the upper. Keep my chin tucked, don't let your head hang. Then come into your elbows. Then you're gonna step a leg in, a leg back, and press into the heel. Now at this point, right here, some of you are letting your shoulders come up around your ears. How do I know that? I know what slugs do, okay? Keep your shoulders down. Keep that toe as far forward as you can possibly go to the chair. Keep your elbows down, keep your shoulders down, keep your heels down. So it's easy, everything's down. Take a breath. After you've held it there, bend that knee, press it back. Bend that knee, press it back. This shouldn't be hard. You just go down as far as you can, then press it back. And when you press it back, you bring your front toe up, right there. So press, then come back. Press, then come back. And I'll do it, I don't know, 6 times maybe? I don't know, maybe you can go do 10. But your elbows are down, your shoulders are down again, your tummy's tight. And every time you press your heel down, you bring that front toe up. This is a great move. Oh my goodness. Then your knees come in. Then you're gonna come up. You're gonna step wide. You're gonna bring those elbows back. You're gonna bring the hands up. You're gonna go out into a T. Palm down, palm up. Then you're gonna go into a Y. Knees are soft. Knees are soft. Breath, go way up if you can, and put your hands together. Take a breath, bring them back down, 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 down. Now, only now, I'm gonna have you turn your hands down and pull those elbows back, way back. Then you come down, okay? Now we're gonna do that again on the other side. So this is the knee that was forward. So now I'm gonna take and put this knee forward, this foot forward. When I take my foot back, if I were with you right now, I would be saying, I'd be crabbing at you. Don't turn your foot out. You've heard me say that before, haven't you? Yeah, I'm like a bad disease. I just never go away. Okay, the back leg, the foot is straight. You can bend your knee a little bit and then straighten it, but I'd like it to be straight. This one is as far forward as we can go. Okay, I'm gonna come right here, put my hands here, feel how my calf is feeling. I'm gonna gently come one elbow down, then the other elbow down, and I'm gonna keep that heel in the back down. And I'm gonna hang out here for just a little bit. I'm gonna drop my shoulders, take a big deep breath through my nose. Now I'm gonna bend the back knee a little. Then I push my heel down. Then I bend my knee a little. Then I put that heel down. See, I'm getting that little bit of movement. That's very, very difficult to get when you're sitting for hours. See this? Bent knee, push back. Drop your shoulders. Big breath through the nose, push back. And I'm gonna hang down here. I'm gonna hang down here. Just hang into the move. Then I'm gonna put my hands here. Take a big deep breath and bring those legs back together. And here I'm gonna go again, another dip. So see that? If you could just, like if you stop to get gas or you stop for a break or whatever, and if you could just put your hands on a counter, on a chair, on a fender or something and go into that move. This one is a lesser move. It's the same kind of a move, but this one down on a fender, okay, on a car or, you know, on a fence or whatever's not gonna move on you. Oh, this is gonna give you so much relief. So I'm right here and I just press, drop, drop. Yeah, don't let your shoulders come up too much. Then you swing and come back. Step in. And at this point, this is when it's a good thing, if you have time, when you're taking your break, and if you don't want to do some of those other things, if you can do this up against your wall, you can do it on a wall or on your chair. And I'm doing this as if you're taking a break traveling and you don't want to get on the ground, okay? So now I'm gonna go into the cat camel. So I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna open up my toes. I'm gonna be moving into the toes and into the heels. And I'm gonna go way up with my spine and drop my head. Then I'm gonna soften my elbows and I'm gonna go way down with the spine. So the cat camel move is a classic move to get you to do what we've spent the majority of this class trying to do against the wall with bringing our hip bones toward the wall and then back, okay? So see how I'm doing the cat camel? I'm at a tabletop because let's say I just don't want to get down in the floor, but I want to help my spine because I have about 3 to 6 more hours of sitting in front of me. See this? So I'm gonna go down, my elbows are soft, and come up. My elbows are soft, take a breath through my nose, and I'm gonna come way up. Now I'm gonna really reach it up. I'm gonna scoot back into my heels. I'm gonna put my hands right here. I'm gonna hang out down here and then I'm gonna come up. Take a big deep breath. This is a great time now to think about my shoulders. What's the best thing you can do? Yeah, you could sit and do a bunch of these, shoulders down, shoulders up, you know, those are great. However, take a moment, and I know Kathy's gonna be counting. So, seriously, this is one of the best things you can do to help your shoulders get seated into your shoulder joint properly. Thumbs are forward. I'm just keeping my knees soft. And I'm gonna try to do, you know, if I can do 2 sets of 15, you know, or 30, or 3 sets of 10. Oh yeah, that's 30. It's different ways of saying 30. 3 sets of 10 sounds better. But if you've been setting, or you've been in any kind of a stationary position, and you really want to help your shoulders, your neck, your upper back, try to do this. It's just gonna take 1 minute because you're doing 30 repetitions. I think we're somewhere around 20, but you know, Kathy knows, so we don't have to worry. Take a big deep breath Take a big deep breath.
31,
Okay.
32.
All right. Swing your arms. So when you come forward to swing your arms, you might not have seen what I just did. I did it intuitively. Anytime somebody bends, typically they're flexing their back, number one. Typically, they're locking their knees. Don't do either of those. Bend with a knee soft and hip hinge. Maintain an extension in your back. See, we're just loosening up. Okay, then we're going to come back up. Now we're going to turn the hands up. Boom. And we're going to go back with our thumbs. Back with our thumbs. I do not know what this is. Back with our thumbs. So it's a press back. It's a press back. And again, the knees are soft. I'm breathing through my nose. I'm rocking from heels to midfoot. I'm not lifting, but I'm feeling the pressure move from my heels to the midfoot. The shifting, these little moves that I'm trying to take you through to help you with some of these issues with proprioception, which when you're sitting for hours on end, you tend to lose that. So that's why I've done most of this today, all of this on my feet. Okay, so my thumbs are headed back, my elbows are not bent. I'm breathing through my nose, and every time I do this circle, I keep my shoulders down.
We did 30, you have 4 more.
Oh. I should do 30 more, Kathy. Okay. It just, it felt so nice, and we have to keep going, see? Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm doing a body sway. A little body sway. Yeah, you're not lifting anything. You're swaying back and forth. And if you wanted to add a balance component big time to this, turn your head. Look up. Turn your head. Look down. Turn your head. Look up. Turn your head and look down. All those little things. When you're going through your day today, something that you do always with one side, just for the heck of it, do it with the other side. In fact, I'll challenge you. Eat with your opposite side today. That's something I know most of you are going to do. When you go reach your hand into that box of chocolate covered almonds, reach with your opposite hand. That's my challenge for today. Anyway, I hope this has helped. I do.